Alright, welcome to ATN News. We've got earthquake activity around Hawaii, odd activity, and we got a 2.9, and this is out in the ocean. The tsunami stations are located over this way, only one, but that is 0.5 miles deep. Now we got this activity off the coast of Hawaii around the shelf. Well, if this up here was to give, then it's going to have to give down here also. You know, we already know that if we got movement up here, something has to break loose down here. This here is more signs of the slump trying to slip. Got to keep an eye on that. And Mauna Loa 1.9, 0.7 miles deep. Okay, up here in Alaska, we still got it backing up. It's piling up through here, and we had a 2.9 northeast of 4 Mile Road, Alaska, 12.2 miles deep. But we still got a little bit of activity going on in that area. It could be a larger quake there later. And over here around the Bering Strait, you can see this fault line. And we've been having activity over here going over to the Bering Strait, where this continent is moving. And the Pacific Plate's moving, and we got a earthquake up here around Greenland, south of Greenland, 4.5. That's where the continents are moving, and we had one up here the other day we was looking at in an odd place where it's moving around. It's going to show earthquake activity. Nothing over toward the east that they're reporting. Yellowstone, now this one here on the Tinton Fault, Steamboat Mountain section, we had a 3.1 northeast of Alpine, northeast Wyoming, 4.3 miles deep. It's on Yellowstone, but it's on the south end, south of the lake and all that. And we got activity around Indian Springs. I think that's 2.9. Yeah, 2.9, 5.2 miles deep. Nothing on the Garlock Fault today, but there was a couple there yesterday. And you can see right here, let's see if we can see it a little closer. Alright, you see this line coming down through here? We talked about this about a year ago, close to it anyway. There's a fault line here that they're not showing, and it comes across right through this section and right down toward Nevada, and it even goes through Las Vegas on down to Mead Lake. Okay, there's a fault line going down through there. It's starting to show more activity. And you can see this wouldn't be like this. We've looked at it several times. If the earthquake coming down through here and hit here, coming down this way and hit here, it don't do that every time. And you can follow the line all the way down. That shows there is a fault line there. And around Ridgecrest, Little Lake, starting to pick up activity. And over around Grapevine, northeast of Grapevine, we're still having aftershocks there. Let's hope we don't have a foreshock. And we got these down here. Still just one little quake, which can't really tell which fault that it came off of, but the Brawley seismic zone. We just only got one small one down here, a 1.5, south of Brawley. Now this, San Jacinto, has always had activity. You know, we got to watch and be real careful, because down through here may be where we get the large quake when we do get one, instead of coming down to San Andreas. Nothing over toward the east except for Oklahoma. It came through Texas and up into Oklahoma to the next weak spot. There are small quakes. This one here is a 2.2 southeast of Sparks, Oklahoma, 2.1 miles deep. Texas around the drilling, south of White City. New Mexico, 2.1, and a 2.1 over that way. And north of Midland, a 1.6 and a 1.8. See, these patterns are just not looking good the way everything's going. And there's our one at Yellowstone, south of the lake. Now let's go look at something else. This is the quakes around Grapevine and southwest of Lamont. They've calmed down a lot, but we are still getting a lot of aftershocks. It's really shaking that place up. In Canada, there's 3.1 Idaho. Now up here, 2.5 Canada. Getting quite a bit of activity up here down the main fault. Just small activity daily. And that one is a 2.2 7 hours ago. 2.7 Quebec. 1.1 north of Ashland, Oregon. Alright, now here's our 2.5s and greater on this side, 4.2s and greater on this side. Now we had this activity up here around Japan. Then we seen more activity, at least a 6.0 or greater that could go on around. And we had this one here. I'm sure it was downgraded. If anybody was watching, they may know more about it, but I didn't catch it. 5.9 Kermadek Islands, New Zealand, 19.4 miles deep. And a 5.6 Fiji region, 368.8 miles deep. And the cocoa plates is still showing signs of movement. And I was watching this the other day, about 3 days ago, and showing signs of movement. And we got that 5.7 up here, California. But it's still showing signs of movement, so we got to still watch this. And if it gives the way it is possible of giving, the way it looks like it's going to give when it does, in that area around Guatemala and down south right here, it would, on the south end of the cocoa plate, this section, it would cause a tsunami. If that spot gave the way it would give and the way things would shift, it would cause a tsunami. So that's the reason I mentioned down through here needs to be prepared for a tsunami just in case. Because if it does do like I'm seeing it, and it don't give somewhere else, which that's possible, it could always slip a little bit somewhere else, relieve pressure, but if it does, the way it is right now, it would cause a tsunami. And it may be big. So we got to be ready for that. And 5.0 Indonesia, 4.8 Papua New Guinea. But down here near New Zealand though, the 5.9 Kermadek Islands, New Zealand. Yesterday, I saw a couple, and I went back and looked again, and they was gone. But I saw a couple of volcanoes, and one out in the ocean, north of New Zealand, that wasn't even a volcano, but it's a piece of land under the ocean. You could see that much forming, and it was lit up red. So there was about 3 through here that was lit up red yesterday, and there's not now. They're not showing anything on that now, but it was. And up here around Alaska, it's not showing anything up through here about eruptions. This one down here out from South America, or Mexico, yeah, South America, I think. But anyway, it stopped erupting. And Kilauea is showing erupting. We'll go look at that. Let's check that out real quick before I forget. Okay, it's not now. Alright then. Let's go look at something else. Guess that's a change too. Okay, here's our storms. This one was the one we was talking about, worrying about, that I think it could come to something. Now it is not 50% chance. It's 70% chance. 10% in the next 2 days. 70% in the next 7 days. Like I was saying yesterday, watch as it comes in. This could come along strong, and it could hit anywhere through here. Could end up as a huge storm, which it could hit a wind band somewhere through here and throw it off and it die down. We never know. This one is going up. So we never know about this one. It could come back around, or it could go on out. But it's funny how this wind is pushing this way, and this wind current is pushing out that way. It's not matching up. But anyway, we might have to worry about this one later. We'll keep a check on that. 30% chance in 7 days of disturbance. And over this way, got that going toward Japan. It's supposed to be coming in about 40 miles per hour, tropical storm. And it was a severe tropical storm, and it was a typhoon at 75 miles per hour. So it's dying down as it goes in. That's good. Okay, let's go check out the fire map, Anomalies. And before I forget, I got on another subject. That earthquake is 6.0 or greater that we was looking for. I'm sure that was most likely one of them. You know, it may have been it, but there still might be more pressure coming down. We got to watch through California and over toward the east also. But down through California, I still think there's pressure backed up. It don't look like it's all released. Some of it released. I still don't know if it went over there where the 5.9 was at the Kermadek Islands. Well, 6.0 or greater. You know, if they downgraded it, but it still don't look like it let off enough pressure. So we still got to be prepared in case. All the way down through here, cocoa plates and all. Alright, now this is the anomalies. And you can see the anomaly here and over there. Alright, now this is on the 6th. We're going back a few days because I haven't showed it in a few days. Watch it move across. It'll move over on each image. Alright, we're switching to the 7th. You can see it moving over. Switch over to the 9th. Well, the 8th. Now the 9th. Look how it's got a slant to it. And now the 10th. I don't guess it's showing anything right now. But look at the last 7 days. Now you can see the anomalies at the last 7 days. This area here. And over this way, this whole area all the way over, taking up so much of Texas and up. This whole area. All these little red dots are oil wells, flares, oil well flares, fires, and things like that. Anything that puts out a lot of heat. But there's a lot of pipes in the air with a lot of flames going up into the sky to where the satellite picks it up. Like over here, you see how light this is? It's all oil wells. Up here in North Dakota, on the northwest side, all oil wells. So all these are oil wells, and we got all this going on, and here's a lot of light. There's some oil wells in there somewhere. But we got a lot going on, and a lot being poured from the earth that we can't put back. When the faults go dry, everything's going to start collapsing. Okay, and these up here, most of these are fires. And down through Oregon, fires, a lot of those. Let's get a little closer, see what we can see. Yeah, these here is fires. This one, this one, this one, and these two. And that one, and you can see how much heat they're putting off. This one's over in Idaho. Now, you know, they've been having problems for the past few years over here in these 3 states, especially even Idaho a little bit. How else better is to get a grant? But, you know, the tax people still has to pay for it. But the cities and the states, they get this grant, state of emergency, thousands to millions of dollars. Where does it go? Next year, we'll have the same problem. It's burned out so bad over here that, you know, a lot of the land in California one spot is just about as big as the whole state of West Virginia, where I'm at. So, yeah, that's, it's more like grants to me. Something going on. And it's not normal. It's not, not just people setting them and stuff. But if state of emergency, you get a grant. I guess it's a great idea. Let the taxpayer people pay for it. Taxpayers. Okay, I'll see you all on the next update. Everybody stay safe, and we'll be watching before I forget. Watch for that large earthquake. Another large earthquake, because it still is possible, because it don't look like all the pressure has left. It could have, but to me, it doesn't look like it's all left from the Cascadia yet. The pressure let off the Cascadia. Like I explained before, this is the Pacific Plate. Now, the Pacific Plate is moving, and North America is moving, pushing Pacific Plate, pushing it on this side. We see the pressure building on this side, and it can hit over here on this side or this side. But we know when we got large earthquake activity on the way. We already know that because we can see it. It puts pressure over here, and it still looks like we have a little bit of pressure, or pretty good chunk of pressure still yet building on the Cascadia for some reason. The 5.9 down here should have released a little bit, but I'm just not positive of it being gone. So be prepared just in case. From here down through California on this side. Alright, I'll see you next time. Like I said, I'll be watching.